Previously on Follow the Leader.
What happens when Davy touches the china?
I had been thinking about the joke of him just starting to hum a waltz or something like that, but I liked actually then the idea of there is some distant sound of music after he takes the china cup, and it's just kind of like an after dinner coffee during a fancy dinner party type of thing. So there's soft music playing in a different room, and just the sound of mumbled chatter and stuff like that, but it's that very after dinner coffee vibe from a nice party.
And he's humming that.
She hears the record skipping.
Ooh, very good.
And the chatter has stopped for her, and it's just the sound of the static and the skipping record. And so I think they hear it's not breaking, but it's the sound of branches creaking and groaning.
Really quick.
Yes.
I do want to say before we move on, it just occurred to me Marius definitely swipes one of the pieces in the room.
Why are my partners both criminals, and why am I so into it?
How do you so was it just paintings, or were there other
art pieces as well?
Art pieces.
Yeah, there were little figurines, some statuettes, some paintings, just kind of general stuff like that.
I'm sorry, but you're in an employees only zone. I think you've lost your way a bit.
Annabelle kind of smirks a little bit and is like, by whose standards?
Company policy?
Or rather, by when's standards?
Excuse me? The current policy standards of the hotel that you're in?
No, I get that. I'm saying, what's current? Everyone else can hear this.
Oh, you're doing a When's Waldo kind of thing, huh?
I'm just checking to make sure that my access is still correct, because I understand that possibly in either the past or the future, I wouldn't have employee access, but when I am, I do.
Annabelle, you hear a kind of soft chuckle on the other line, and the voice says,
"Well, Ms. Lee, you're very clever. If you'd like to discuss employment opportunities, you can come and find us at the front desk."
She kind of yawns and goes, "Been there, done that." She goes, "I'm sure I'll be seeing you very soon, Mr. Service."
There's a beat, and then the voice says,
"Have we met?"
And then cuts.
I don't know, I'm kind of thinking our grim discovery might be an indication of Theo being here. But I'm not 100% sure what that is.
A portrait of the employee of the month.
Yikes.
Fucking yes, thank you, Zach. But I do want to maybe stress that the Theo in this picture is older than Davy's Theo. Not a lot older, but you can definitely see that they're older. And I think there's something in the eyes that's very different, that's probably very upsetting for Davy.
Alright, so, Annabelle picks up the phone.
Which Annabelle?
It's just Annabelle. She goes,
"Hello? Wait, Annabelle?
"Hey!
Wait, where are you? We lost you."
Oh, I'm up, I think. But I can't really tell. I won't lie. Where are you?"
Down, I guess, the lobby.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's a good lodestone. That's a good place to be. Lobby tends to be pretty safe, I'd say.
Annabelle, how long has it been?
I don't know, 5 minutes?
Okay, just wanted to make sure. I don't know. It was just a little weird, with your other phone conversation and the hotel. Just making sure. You're good. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like this at all. Okay. Because are you on your phone or are you in a... What's happening? Can you come and find the lobby? Are you in the hotel? Can we find you?
I don't think it's a good idea for you to find me. I think there's other people that you need to be finding
Yes.
right now.
Yes. Why are they here?
Sorry, Davy.
Sorry for what?
I know it sucks.
What does?
Never mind. Put
Annabelle?
Kari on the phone.
Oh, boy.
We now return to your game, already in progress.
And as Zach, it's your turn to determine a room.
Oh, swell. I will draw the card, and it will tell me what I need to do. More hearts. 4 hearts.
God.
Love, friendship,
Oh, no.
compromise, bonding, obsession,
Oh, cursed.
and a grim discovery.
Cursed.
Yeah, we are actually going to go through the gardens. There's a big greenhouse. Off-season. But it keeps the plants warm and growing all year round. It's kind of overgrown even. And it has inside of it, in the center, the same tree that is in the front yard, split in half with a tire swing.
As it should.
Mm-hmm.
That's floors, baby.
And a grim discovery. I'm open to suggestions. What do we discover grimly that is related to love, friendship, compromise, bonding, and obsession?
Do we know anything about the previous owners of the house?
Yeah,
Um,
Marius did a bunch of research on the house.
Marius did do a bunch of research to the house.
So, like, is there, like, the child of the previous owners, like, sitting in the tire swing? Just chilling?
Oh.
Probably no, not them. There is a little mannequin dressed up like the kid from the house, sitting in the tire swing.
I hate it. That's great.
I hate that. Oh my god.
That's delightful.
There's a little baseball on the ground next to it, discolored and overgrown with weeds.
Dig it, dig it.
Laura is sort of like striding ahead because she's obviously used to seeing that. And just like, I wouldn't touch that if I were you.
No, that sounds smart. And like Marius, like the outfit that the mannequin is wearing is the same as like there's like a family photo that you found in your research,
Mm-hmm.
and it's what the kid was wearing in the family photo.
Of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Hector's like head is like on a swivel, watching it as you all go through. But the garden holds no more dangers for us. That's Jade.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's getting all the hearts right now.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Uh-oh.
A critical misunderstanding. Love, friendship, compromise, bonding, and obsession.
Don't like this.
Okay. Because of who I am as a person,
Mm-hmm.
I think we go out the side door and we enter the pool area.
Oh boy.
And while, as we walked through the greenhouse, we could sort of feel the warmth of the sun through the glass. But we step out into the pool area and it's nighttime.
Of course. It's always Night's Run.
Mm-hmm. And I think there is nobody around, but there are wet footprints around the pool, and the water is still moving, like somebody maybe just got out.
So, I think the last time we saw the pool, there was some sort of statuary in the area. Is that still here?
I think so, and I think Marius would recognize exactly the shape of one of them.
Yeah, because it's in their pocket.
Exactly.
Hmm.
I think you see Laura giving the pool a very wide berth as she walks around it.
Smart. Watching out for kelpies.
Hold on. I have a photo reference I want to send you
Ooh.
guys. There we go.
Oh, wow.
So that's the
That's-
Hearst Castle in NorCal.
That's incredible.
It's very like Roman bath style setup, but it does have like the statues over at the edge. Apparently, you can finally swim in Hearst Castle pools as of
Good for them.
2019.
Yeah, I mean, I like that as a vibe, because we discussed the pool area being like very sort of 1920s deco style. But I like the thought of having those statues alongside the pool.
Yeah.
I feel like as we're walking past these statues, for a second, Marius, it feels like one of them grabs you, but you realize it's just like the strap of your messenger bag getting caught.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the getting jolted by it is enough to send the statuette out of your pocket on the floor, and everyone
Yes.
sees it. I've done a lot of talking, so feel free to have somebody else react to the side of what is clearly a smaller version of probably the statue that Marius just snagged their bag on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think Davy's really paying attention. Davy's just like, brain is on Theo and just like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Fair.
Hector kind of looks at it and then looks up at Marius and says, sticky fingers, huh, Doc?
Marius, like, bristles and is just like, it's for research.
There's someone else's laughter in just echoing off the walls. A very gentle chuckle.
It's got to be a female sounding chuckle, though, right?
Yes, of course.
Of course.
Hi. Hello. It's me. I'm advancing the agenda.
It's a me.
The agenda.
Okay.
Marius, why would you take that? This is Kari. All the stuff that's happened to us.
You one art buff? Or is it because you recognize it?
I had no intention of bringing it out of the house. I was simply going to delve a little deeper into it once we made base camp for the night.
I think we're beyond base camp for the night.
Marius, like, snorts in that sort of, yeah, you think, kind of.
Yeah.
I hate to break up this delightful meeting of minds you've got going on here, but, and Laura sort of nods her head towards the pool where the water's starting to stir. The pool's closed for a reason. We should, move.
Yeah.
Davy's just confusion.jpg but follows after.
Yeah, Hector moves quickly.
For a moment, Marius considers picking up the little figurine, but decides against it and leaves it on the ground.
I was going to say Hector kicks it in the pool.
No, I was going to say he doesn't have to, because I think if he hadn't done that, as the group walk away, just like an inky dark tendril just like pulls up out of the water and grabs hold of the statuette and
I was gonna say similarly, if it was left alone, it would just sort of roll itself into the pool.
We all had the same idea.
Drift compatible, baby!
motherfucking you go. Let's go. August.
Fantastic.
Ooh,
Oh boy, Queen of Clubs.
lovely.
Emotional conflict, hidden agendas, envy, indecision, betrayal, and a puzzle to solve.
No, I don't want to solve a puzzle.
It's a jumping puzzle. The only one of us who can solve it is Hector.
It's my natural gifts.
Okay. So, where do we find ourselves after we get out of the pool? I think maybe we find ourselves nonsensically. We exit the pool into the hotel's restaurant. And I'm torn between it being not set up, like, the chairs are on the tables and everything and the lights are dimmed low, and it being set up like right before a presumed dinner rush with the tables set similar to the way the tables were set in the dining room in the house. So why don't I roll for it?
Or combo. A couple of tables are set and the rest are put up.
Ooh, yes, there is an exact number of set place settings for each member of the party.
Oh, very good.
But what's the puzzle? I think maybe each of the place settings has a little card with our names on them, and Marius picks up the card that has, the nearest card that maybe has Davy's name on it, and it's folded so it's tinted, and opens it up on the back, the underside, and there's a message there, but I'm trying to decide what the message should be.
Davy's name from the Flotsam verse, his prince name.
I wasn't suggesting that as the message. I was saying that that's what the name card says.
Ooh.
It's Davies, but it says Andreas Oriole on it.
That's very good.
Yes.
Obviously, I don't think all of the name cards have names like that on them, right?
I think Kari's has a rank with his name. And there's another word underneath it, like in inverted commas, like a nickname that doesn't make any sense to him because it wasn't a nickname he had when he was in the military.
Yeah, I think Marius says professor instead of doctor.
And then would it have the full thank the gods for small favors?
Yeah. What does Hector's say?
Hector's probably says wizard.
Just like Hector, your name, and then comma, wizard.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good.
Love it.
Who picks up Annabelle's card?
Laura does. I think she flicks it over in her fingers and just she normally won't sit with the guests. Who did you lot piss off? And I flick the card around, and in this scrawl, it doesn't match the typeface of the other cards, and it almost looks like ink has spilled, but it spells out Nimgal.
Like a Rorschach.
Well, this isn't my name. Davy just holds up his card.
Then how did you know it was your place setting?
Process of elimination? Question mark?
Right.
He just sets it back into the middle of the plate and adjusts it so it's perfectly straight, and just gonna file that away for later.
I feel like at this point, if you're okay with it, Zach, at this point, B. Hatcher Service's voice may we don't see B. Hatcher Service at all.
There's a crackle of static as some well hidden speakers kind of activate. We see little statues of cherubs on the walls, except their trumpets are all actual intercom speakers. As a familiar voice says, "Attention, dinner is not until 6:15. Guests are not to be in the dining room until that time."
Laura just flips the bird to the intercom and looks I hate that guy.
I mean, we're okay to be here because you're taking us through here, right? We're just gonna keep passing through? We're going somewhere?
We shouldn't linger.
I don't want to linger. I want to find Theo.
Smart. Hold on to that.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Right this way, come on.
Yeah, Hector looks at his place marking as he leaves kind of wistfully.
Oh.
Oh.
But yeah, Laura opens the next door, like the double doors out of the restaurant area. But Mab, where are we?
Let's see. Where do we want to be? I think this will be a parlor game room. There's billiard tables, some card tables. I'm just going full on fancy hotel, fancy house bullshit now.
That's real good because there is explicitly a billiards room in the other game text. So
Excellent. I got the 8 of clubs, emotional conflict, hidden agendas, envy, indecision, betrayal, and the 8 is a vicious fight.
Ooh.
Was there a fight in the billiards room last time?
there was a game in the billiards room.
There was a game in the billiards room. Now, what's the difference?
Yeah, true that.
Yeah, so there we are. We're in the billiards room.
Annabelle's here.
Oh, good.
Fantastic. Perfect.
Is she playing a game?
Yeah, she's playing a game.
Is she playing
What's
a game
she
of
playing?
billiards or cards or...
Depends on who she's playing with. Is she playing with anyone?
Yes. But who is a good question.
I was like, and?
I thought you had an idea.
Me too.
Well, the idea that I have is that it's not the concierge.
May I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Please.
Go for it.
So, maybe in a callback to the last time we saw this billiards table, Annabelle is currently playing against one of the quote-unquote bellhops that's formed out of the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good.
I feel like Kari goes to go up to Annabelle and is stopped by the bellhop.
With the pool cue, just sticks out the
Yeah.
pool cue and stops you.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
We found you! Oh my god.
Belle, you okay?
She holds up a hand because she's lining up a shot. Scratches.
Oh.
For people who don't know how pool works, that means she drops the cue ball into a pocket, which you can't do.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of like sighs, straightens up, and goes, I was doing better. She looks pale in a bad way.
Annabelle, I think this place is having a poor influence on you.
On the contrary, I've never felt more alive.
If only you looked it.
Oh, trust me, I looked worse.
Comparatively to when?
She checks her watch. 3 months ago?
Oh no.
What?
How long has it been since our phone conversation?
She, kind of looks up, counts in her head. How long has it been since the phone conversation for them?
Not long.
No, I would say half an hour at most.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she says, half an hour?
You said we last saw you 5 minutes before that. I mean, was it was
Yeah.
it a really bad time for you 3 months ago? And he looks between her and Kari and just did you guys get into a fight 3 months ago that I didn't know about?
No.
What happened 3 months?
Look, I really don't have, a lot of time for my break, and you've got to keep moving.
Is
Don't worry, I'm gonna see y'all at dinner.
well, I'm kind of really worried.
I am also worried.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Kari looks terrified, and Laura is just looking at you, Annabelle, and it's just sort of didn't see your name at the table.
Yeah, you did.
Saw hers.
Yeah. You think she was gonna... Oh, you thought she might actually eat with the guests.
Well, no, I thought it was fucking weird.
Yeah. No. She's sending a proxy.
Why are you her proxy?
It's a long story. It kind of involves the end of the world. Don't worry too much about it. It's not this world, so it's fine. It's not really a problem.
I
know?
fucking hate academics. And Laura just walks off.
This sounds like a problem.
This sounds like a problem we should be avoiding. Annabelle, let's go. Marius being
Well-
that meme of, like, the skeleton being like, you don't like it, just walk out.
Just hit the road. The share zone.
Relax, Professor. I'll see you in a little bit. I gotta win first.
Compared to what? What? Why?
Hector puts a hand on Davy's shoulder and says, "You've got your own thing to worry about."
Yes, but also
Annabelle points at Hector.
Let me worry about this.
Well, I think there's 3 of you that can also worry about her. But, you know, the point is, like, she's still my friend, too.
Davy, you have to go get Theo.
Why? Why are they here? What is... Oh, okay. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna... Oh, this will just all make sense later. Ha ha ha. Maybe it won't, but I'm just gonna go. I'm just...
As Theo, Hector kind of push Theo out of the room, like in the
Push
Davy.
Davy out of the room.
Yeah.
Davy, to like continue, and as we all make our way to leave, he looks back at Annabelle and says, "Miss Lee, we're going to leave this place together."
Yeah.
All right.
Kari darts back to her, presses a kiss to the top of her head, and says, "Remember to follow through with the elbow. You always forget."
What did I... Oh, yeah. No. Okay. She just kind of goes, "Aye, aye, Cap'n." Sinks a ball.
Told you. And goes to catch up with the others.
Is it Mac?
And now it's Mac's turn.
It's my scene.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What's the room that y'all go into?
We're getting closer to that purple square.
Yeah. Yeah, we are, actually. That's a good point. What are other things that are in hotels?
Underground parking?
Oh my god. Underground parking garages
Fuck.
are so cursed. Yes.
Yeah, it'll be parking.
When I was a valet, we had an underground parking garage. It was tiny. It was so small. It was always stuffed with cars, so much so that we stopped using the actual spaces and had to draw our own that were closer together.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's great and cursed.
If it was a really, really busy night, they would end up blocking the door outside of the to get to the stairwell. So you had to go through the front of the garage.
As we walk through, or as we step into this underground parking garage, you can see that Kari visibly, there we go, becomes more agitated and is actively having to control his breathing as they sort of walk quickly.
It'll be all right.
Oh shit, I didn't draw a card. It's fine, everything is fine, I'm very good at this. 2 of clubs.
Great.
Emotional
Fucking
conflict,
great.
hidden agendas, envy, indecision, betrayal. 2 is a hidden monster.
Incredible.
What comes out of the shadows? Or is it just the shadows that peel off of the concrete?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's gotta be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is this parking garage stuffed with cars?
I think there are a few gaps, but it's clearly busy, and I think there are cars from all different time periods here.
Mm-hmm. Like a Ford Model T.
And all different worlds. There's cars y'all have never seen before.
I think the shadows is one thing, but I think suddenly that one car alarm starts to go off and then is joined by others. And it's echoing all over the place. And I don't know if there's... Because when a car alarm goes off, it starts flashing. You know, the lights go crazy. And I don't know if there's shapes in the gaps between the the flashing of headlights that are moving.
Mhm. And I'm gonna add to this, if I may, that as the different car alarms are going off, they start falling into a pattern with each other that sounds like a ringing phone.
Mm.
Yeah.
And how do we deal with this?
This might just be running.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think Marius like takes Kari's hand in the midst of all this, whether it's for Kari's benefit or theirs, who can say.
He definitely squeezes it back. I'm just like, thanks, Doc. But yeah, I feel like they're running, and like Kari's not unfit, but with the like panicked breathing that he's trying not to do, like by the time they get to the other side, like his complexion is like almost ashen looking.
Mm-hmm.
Room beyond. Zach?
That's me.
Yes, it is.
That's you, Zach.
All right. The door to the thing, the door to from the out of the normal steel push door that
Yeah, the
exits a
panic bar,
parking
yeah.
garage, panic bar, opens and then slams shut behind us, and the noise cuts completely, and we're in a completely silent, long hallway with a single door at the end, marked manager. And also, I drew the 9 of spades, which is physical conflict, suffering, doubt, fear, danger, grief, alienation. And 9 is a betrayal, a noise from nowhere, which, I think it was first. What is everyone doing as we enter this room? As the door slams shut behind us, and we are all kind of like catching our breath.
I think Davy just keeps walking forward. Is like, all right, manager. They said Theo was the manager. I'm going.
Does the corridor do that thing where it like just seems to stretch on and on and on for a little bit?
Probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just like maybe he won't be able to get there by himself. He's going to have to wait for everybody to catch up before the
Or
corridor
wait
lets
for
him get
Laura
to the door.
lead them on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Laura's still here. What about Kari and... Yeah, is everyone here?
I was going to say Laura's not.
Cool.
Kari is sort of like sat down back against the wall, just trying to get his breathing back to normal.
Cool.
For clarity's sake, because it's been a really long time since this came up. Kari is like super claustrophobic, and his PTSD is related to a cave-in that he was trapped in. So underground is bad for him. But I think like this decently lit hallway is like an avenue. Sort of, he's breathing. I like this thought that everyone's breath is sort of like, or the sounds of people catching their breath is like just echoing in this silent corridor.
But it's like concrete walls and concrete floor, because it's like just an in-between underground back hallway. And so like, it's the echo.
Staff corridor.
Yeah.
Guest facing.
Yeah, it's the kind of corridor where at work it would have a sign that says, "Be careful, they can hear you." Like when we, at my old property especially, the staff hallway went right behind where all the meeting spaces were, and the walls were thin enough where the meeting rooms could hear too much like a cacophony in the back hallway. So it's just kind of like on the other side there could be staff rooms or meeting rooms or guest rooms, and it's just like there's a sign like on the hallway that says like "tread quietly" or something like that.
Oh, I love that.
Sure. Okay. What about Marius?
I mean, Marius is still at Kari's side. They're kind of looking around, like they aren't in any rush to catch up to Davy, but in the chat, Mac asked a question, and I think the answer is yes. Marius does kind of like try to take stock of who all's here. We've already established that Laura is not a member of the party anymore.
Laura has left the party.
Yep.
Annabelle's there.
Well, hello, Annabelle. Nice of you to join us.
She kind of shrugs.
And as Hector lets out this long thing, there's a sound from the door we just exited. Like something that wants to get out or get in. And Hector kind of straightens up and cracks his back, and he says, Miss Lee, I am getting pretty sick of this place of shit.
Yeah, I think we should skip dinner.
If we can, that would be a fantastic option, actually. I think I've lost my appetite.
Another slam.
Let's get away from this. Well, actually. She kind of, sits down. There's, space in between her and Kari, but near Kari. On their other side.
At placemats in the dining hall, it called me a wizard.
Can we have this conversation after? I can't...
No, Matt. It's important. It's important.
My partner is important, and everyone keeps telling me I have to go get them, and I can't progress down this hallway. I don't know if having a heart-to-heart will help.
Give me a moment.
Give Kari a second to breathe, Davy.
In the meantime.
Please.
Davy will just kind of drop into a squat in the middle of the hallway and just have his face in his hands and just oh. Yeah.
It's funny. Part of why I got into this whole thing was when I was a kid. I could have sworn that I could do magic. My parents were very swift in disabusing me of that notion, but it persists in dreams even now. The door slams again. I've spent so much of today reacting, being shuttled from one place to another, chased through hallways by collapsing rooms and shadow creatures.
Annabelle drops a hand in between her and Kari and an silent offering to him.
He takes it.
I am kind of sick of reacting. And he unzips a pocket of his duffel bag, and he says, I am going to start acting. And he pulls out
my brain just went, is it just a gun? Does he just pull a fucking gun?
I was thinking that it was going to be a gun.
It's that tweet that I retweeted yesterday, and it was just the person with the ice magic goes, chill out a little bit. The person with fire magic goes, let's heat things up. The person with the gun goes, it's gun to meet you, or whatever.
That is the exact
You know what it is? It's that scene from Friends at the Table where Austin is talking and he says, no, he doesn't pull out a gun. He pulls out a laser sword and he opens his other hand, and in that hand he's holding a gun. It's that.
Yes. Hector pulls out an old revolver.
It was a gun!
Like a Colt Dragoon that usually took black powder ammunition in the Civil War era, but has been retrofitted to take cased cartridges. And the door slams again. Something slams against it, and Hector just puts the gun up to the door and empties the revolver.
Davy now puts his hands over his ears, because that is, oh my god, so loud.
Annabelle puts her hands over Kari's ears.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And I think that obviously there are 6 holes in the door now, and they all start leaking something black.
I was wondering if it would be, like, if you could hear the sound of the tree growing or roots again, and I like kind of the idea then, like, sap starts oozing through one of the holes.
I love it.
Both good. And the door to the manager's office swings open.
Davy will just, like, immediately spin around at hearing that.
I think our meeting time's come up.
And I drew the 8 of diamonds. Diamonds being willpower, good luck, discovery, a second wind, and greed, and 8 being a vicious fight.
No.
God!
This is our last scene before we figure out what happens when we try to escape. So, I actually, given the time and given what we've been leading to, I kind of want to roll this into the escape attempt, as it were.
Yeah.
I think it's good, given what it is.
Yeah, because we ended up with more hearts than anything else, which means your group is unexpectedly rescued by an ally. Who are they? Were they also trapped within the house, or have they come from the outside? What's their exit strategy? Because this is Theo Delaney, the current night manager. And, like, the door opens, you walk inside, and they slam the door behind, once everyone's inside, slams the door closed and locks it and looks at you all. And yeah, this is Theo maybe in hard to tell, but maybe even older than that Employee of the Month picture looked. Like maybe 30s. Their long hair is back in a messy braid. It's got maybe a couple of grey hairs starting to come in. Those familiar sort of ink splotches, or ink splotch-esque almost, but they look more like burn scars, but that are blue, and that isn't on your Theo, Davey.
No.
And doesn't have much recognition when they see you either.
Davy, like, takes a few steps forward, but then recognizes that there's, like, not an immediate, like, understanding in the gaze, and, like, freezes.
Mm-hmm. And looking at you all, Theo's just like, you all shouldn't be here. This is very bad.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, we don't want to be here.
Fantastic. Okay, well, let's try and get you out then, shall we?
Why are you here?
Oh, that's a story you don't have time for. We're all running from something. And starts flicking
Theo.
through like a big guest book. Okay. Well, good news is you've never checked in. So you should be able to leave. Because you're not guests, you've just wound up here. That's good. That's good. Okay. So maybe I should just be able to... How did you get here?
We were doing a show.
We followed a ringing phone.
Oh, never do that. Starts flicking, like pulls out like an employee manual, and it's like as thick as a phone book. And it's got like the hotel's like insignia on the cover, and starts flicking through it incredibly fast. Okay, but before the phone, what was that?
We were investigating a house. We were doing my show.
What house?
We didn't give a name to the name. The house probably has a fancy name.
Good, good.
Or just the address?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Annabelle gives the address.
Yeah.
And Hector pulls out the rubbing he did of the number and smacks it down on Theo's desk.
We love a fucking Chekhov's gun.
Someone called us here.
I don't think it meant to do that. It wasn't meant to be you.
Tough.
Charming. Just starts, finds clearly what they were looking for. Okay. Follow me. Leads, opens a back door, and it leads into the front desk area. And you can see, the doors to the hotel itself. And I think you can see out through the doors leaves, autumn leaves, starting to fall as dusk is approaching. And, starts flicking through a set of keys and heads towards the doors to unlock them for you all.
Hector is counting everybody.
I think we're all here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, so it sort of unlocks the door and turns to look at you, and then Theo's eyes meet Annabelle. Just Miss Lee.
You could call me Annabelle.
I don't like using people's first names when I don't know who I'm talking to.
I'm not this one. She stayed behind, actually. Which is probably for the best. I don't think bringing her into our world would be very good, if what happened to her is any indicator.
All right. Oh, shall I consider this your term of employment with us finished?
Mine, yes. Hers, I think it's still going.
Understood. All right. Try not to get back here if you can avoid it.
Am I gonna find Theo?
And I think they look at you and there's a recognition that there wasn't before. And just sort of oh, you know me, don't you?
It hasn't been that long.
No.
Is this something I have to look out for? Do I have to keep you away from something? Are you going to be there when I get back home?
And I think they begin to stammer in a way that is much more like the Theo that you know, and a younger Theo. And it's just sort of don't try to call. Phones are bad.
If I drive home, will you be there?
I won't be there. They should be.
I think what they're trying to say is that your Theo will be there, but they are not your Theo.
What about your Davy?
I don't think I'd be here if I had one.
I'm sorry.
Hector looks between all of these different people,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, all this cryptic shit is pissing me off. I imagine, so Theo had the key, opened the door, we were kind of standing on the threshold.
Yes.
Hector just grabs Theo by the shoulder and pushes them out the door.
Oh. I don't think that's how this place works, but oh my god.
The thing about a wizard
Fuck.
Yeah.
is that they fundamentally disagree with other people's perception of how reality should work.
Uh-huh. I love it.
I love Hector.
That's
oh my
so
god.
good. No, that's so good.
If you can't be one if you hold reverence for the laws of reality.
That's very good.
Who knows what happens on the other side of that door?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that we see it.
No, but I do think you all I think we see that, and we see everybody sort of getting through the door. Because I thought that maybe a couple went first. I don't know, Kari and Marius stepped through, and it was Davy and Theo and Hector left.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the Hector body rushes and checks Theo out the door, and Davy feels like a hand shove him out afterwards, and the door is locked behind. You see Laura through the glass, and because obviously things got to come full circle. Semi-charmed kind of life starts playing in the lobby, and credits roll.
Also, I just think that Annabelle, as she's leaving, hears that chuckle
I
again.
was going to say, I also like the idea of Annabelle turning around and closing the doors behind her.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's very
Oh,
good.
that works. Then yeah.
Does she
and-
have the? Does she lock them from the outside?
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah, she does. Oh, she waves at Laura.
And
She-
Laura-
or she kind of does like 2-finger salute.
I think Laura does the same back.
Yeah. She grins, shuts the doors, and locks them.
Very good.
Credits.
And then yes, credits. I do want to have
A
an
post
after
credit sting.
credits, a post credit scene.
A
Yeah,
Marvel
God bless.
mid-credit sting.
Yeah. What you got?
On this, the day of Marvel E3.
Ugh. Is we have Laura, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of pans over to B. Hatcher Service at the
Of
front
course.
desk, and he says, "Did it work?"
I mean, and the gestures at the door that's now locked from the other side.
And B. Hatcher grins his perfect white smile, and he says, "Fantastic. That's our proof of concept."
I'm real happy for you, boss. And flips you the bird and walks off into the hotel.
And I guess we're left on B. Hatcher, and he
Mhm.
kind of
Pulls out his little
Grins.
notebook.
looks at the camera, and then rings the bell as it cuts back to black.
Are we even going to be able to use any of this footage?
Is that just over black?
Yes.
Hold on, we have the end credits rolling, then we have that record stop sound again, and Marius annoyed. Wait a fucking second.
And then the sound of a camera lens cover being finally screwed off for the first time.
No, I refuse. Kari is good at his job.
Kari is a professional.
Yeah, no, I
Oh.
like that thought that it all got fried after like a certain point in the house.
Mm-hmm.
It just like got
It
distorted.
was the tree.
Yeah.
It was the sap of the tree.
Good
Mhm.
shit.
When Kari was incapacitated by the door. Yeah.
Badass.
All right,
That
let's
was
let's
great.
do an outro, and then we can decompress and answer the question that Mac's yelling in the chat. That has been. How do we do an outro? This has been Phil Leader. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this game, go check it out at mons.itch.io. It's real fun to play. Can recommend. Support indie.
It's also
game
very good to
designers.
read.
Yes.
It's a very
Mhm.
good
It's very
read. I
good.
highly recommend
Yeah, it's
it.
got like a little story woven through it.
It's fantastic. But yes, it's getting late. It's very warm, and we have decompressed. I have been Jay. You can find me on Twitter at JDogsWithRose, appearing on Dumb Kids Playing Hero at DKPHpod, and as one of the players on Sagas of the Sunless Reach, alternate Saturdays on Twitch over the course of the summer. And if that has already happened, check it out on the Static Stones YouTube.
This will
Playing with
probably
me has-
definitely be going out in like September.
Well, then I hope it went well for us.
I hope you
Good.
didn't die.
Playing with me today has been August.
Hello, I've been August. You can find me on Twitter at Harpydora. You can find the podcast on Twitter at FTLcast, FTLcast.com, and on Patreon at patreon.com/FTLcast, where I'm a little behind posting some content as of this recording, but we'll be well caught up by now. And there's some cool bonus episodes, outtakes, and bloopers. I'm sure this episode's going to have some juicy stuff there. And also playing with me today has been Mab.
Hey, I'm Mab. You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, and Patreon at Little Lady Mab. And here on forth, only there. My last episode recording. Yeah. Woo.
It's been a wild ride.
It's been a wild ride. I attempted to leave once before, but had to be dragged back in bodily, kicking and screaming. No, just kidding. I came willingly. So this time, the last time I did it, I managed to cut it out very nicely from the outro that no one knew. But this time, barring any huge crises, This is going to officially be my last recording until I get invited back for any other pickups that we need to do for characters that I have played in the past. But thanks for having me, everyone. That was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll still be around to edit these episodes, so you can't get rid of me just yet. But, you know. Emotionally, I have checked out.
You could check out. I'd also leave.
Yeah. I have conquered Hotel California.
And Mac.
Sup, I've been Mac. You can find me anywhere you get your good content at Citadel of Swords. That includes Twitter, Itch, Twitch, Tumblr, literally anywhere. You can find the podcasting guild that we are a part of, which is Standing Stones, at Stones_Standing on Twitter, and on Twitch at Standing Stones Prod. That's where Sagas of the Sunless Reach will be playing. We do charity streams. We do Magic Year Mondays. Zach and I have been talking about playing Control. I also really want to play Portal. Like, there's a lot of shit that I want to do, y'all. So if you want to check any of that stuff out, you should check us out on Twitter. We've got also some really great shows, including our friends over at The Room Where It Happened. That's who we guild with. Yeah. I just said a lot of words. Please take us home, Zach, please.
Well, hello. I've been... goodbye. I've been Zachary Frederickson, found on Twitter at I'mSkinnyGod. Found it. The music I make is found at iambugbear.bandcamp.com. I've run, by the time that this airs, I have run the entirety of Sagas of the Sunless Reach, The Riddle of Rule. I hope it went well. How about that last second reveal, huh? Who would have
Sometimes
guessed?
I hate the things you choose to be.
Yes, today I have chosen to be a wizard and a concierge.
Today Zach has chosen violence.
As I do every day.
Well, let's do a heck and clap.
Let's do a
Let's
clap.
Let's do a
Get
clap.
the hell out of here.
Yeah.
30?
This
30.
This hotel sucks.
Hi, it's August, and I just wanted to thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed us, please consider leaving a rating on your podcast platform of choice, telling your friends about us, or tweeting about us using the FTLcast hashtag. We are also part of a nonprofit podcasting guild called Standing Stones Productions. We do a variety of shows, including The Room Where It Happened and Dumb Kids Playing Hero, 2 actual play shows, and a Steven Universe discussion podcast called Gay Space Rocks. We also do live streams at twitch.tv/StandingStonesProd. You can keep up with everything that we do on Twitter at Stones_Standing. Unfortunately, Standing Stones was already taken. Your support means a lot. Thanks again!